One of the 2021 Drive Car of the Year awards that's both hotly contested and hotly anticipated is this one, Best Large SUV. And of course, there's a variant in here for just about everybody when you break it down, but our three finalists are the best of the bunch. We have the Hyundai Santa Fe. That is a segment favourite among Australian buyers. One of the most premium in the segment, the Skoda Kodiaq back there. And last but certainly not least, the Kia Sorento. This has impressed us since we drove the first car at launch. Now the judges are going to have a look at a bunch of different criteria here, as you would expect. One of them, of course, is value for money and how they perceive that value for money to play out. But there's a couple of critical areas here, including cabin refinement and space and interior comfort, and not just with one person on board. The judges will be testing these with 4 and 5 adults on board, because these are family-focused SUVs that hit the open road with the family loaded up and go on road trips as well as just running around town. This is going to be a tough one. I'm really interested to see how this is going to play out. The judges have got their work cut out for them. The Hyundai Santa Fe features a front-wheel drive petrol or all-wheel drive diesel drivetrain and comes across 4 model grades for each. Pricing starts from $44,700 for the petrol and $48,200 for the diesel. The range-topping petrol is the $61,700 Highlander, while the most expensive diesel is $65,200, and that's the Highlander as well. All those prices are before on-road costs. The 3.5-litre V6 engine makes 200 kilowatts and 331 newton metres and is mated to an 8-speed automatic, while the 2.2-litre diesel generates 148 kilowatts and 440 newton metres and is mated to an 8-speed DCT. Standard equipment is generous across the range with features such as a leather-wrapped steering wheel, tyre pressure monitoring, heated side mirrors and either an 8 or 10.25-inch screen option. Active safety is also comprehensively catered for, with AEB, pedestrian and cyclist detection, adaptive cruise control with stop and go, lane keep assist, lane following assist, rear cross traffic alert and blind spot monitoring, all standard. Kia Sorento is also available in both petrol and diesel form and also features 4 model grades across each. Petrol pricing starts from $46,850 and rounds out at $61,070 for the GT line, while the entry-level diesel starts from $49,850 and tops out at $64,070 plus on-road costs for the top-of-the-range GT line. Sorento has a full-size spare standard across the range and either 8 or 10.25-inch touchscreens, with smartphone connectivity and, in a first for the segment, a centre airbag between the front seats. A full suite of electronic safety aids is also standard across the Sorento range. The Skoda Kodiaq's all-wheel drive range covers both petrol and diesel as well, with the entry-level petrol starting from $46,390. The single-model diesel range starts from $68,890. The petrol engine is a 132 kilowatt, 320 newton metre turbocharged 2-litre with a 7-speed DCT. The range-topping RS model gets the turbo diesel engine and 7-speed DSG. Outputs are 176 kilowatts and 500 newton metres, and while the RS is the performance pick, the judges recommend the petrol engine for the family buyer. All models get virtual cockpit standard, adaptive headlights, leather seats and parking sensors. A full suite of semi-autonomous safety aids are also standard, including AEB, rear view camera and adaptive cruise control.
Sadly, just missing out on the top 3 in the large SUV category is the Ford Everest. The around-town ride is slightly compromised, being a 4-wheel drive ladder frame chassis, and it is on the higher side of the price segment. That said, this was parked in the car park, and our photographer has sequestered this as his support vehicle for the entire event. So although the Everest doesn't make the top 3 in the large SUV category, it's arguably the most important car here.
Skoda's brand promise of simply clever comes alive in the Kodiaq. There is so much to love with this car. Door protectors to stop your kids slamming them into walls, device holders as standards to keep them pacified on long runs. If you're a busy parent, you'll love this car. Where it can improve, however, is in terms of third row knee room. It is a little bit compromised out there. If you're a young family, you're going to need heaps of storage, but luckily Kodiaq has you covered there. There's dual glove boxes up front, a front storage area, as well as a compartment in the armrest as well. The Hyundai Santa Fe is a good option if you're looking for a large family car. In this particular trim as well, we've got a lot of trinkets. We've got an awesome opening panoramic sunroof, premium audio and leather trim to boot. However, it is a little bit dated. The interior presentation isn't as good as others in the segment, nor is entry and exit into the third row. In this particular car, you have to go by the passenger side, you can't do it by the driver's side, and the gap that presents to get in and out of is not as large as others in the segment. Despite those dated shortcomings, there is a lot of space in this car, which is the most important thing for a large family SUV.
Whether it's on the dynamic testing course or out on the open road, the Santa Fe impressed the judging team across all disciplines. Engineers have struck a beautiful balance between ride and handling across all surfaces. Despite being a large SUV, judges felt that the Santa Fe was responsive and nimble through the swerve and avoid and higher speed stability testing, making for a safe family SUV. Kia's Sorento has been a favourite with the judges for some time, and the new Sorento steps things up a notch. Exceptionally appointed and well executed across the range, the judges found something to appeal to all Australian family SUV buyers. Like the Hyundai, Kia's local engineering team has come up with a suspension tune that works competently under all driving conditions and road surfaces. Despite being big and comfortable, judges noted that the Sorento was balanced and sure-footed in both wet and dry testing. The Skoda Kodiaq, perhaps unsurprisingly, was the judges' choice as the driver's SUV in this segment, with an exceptional all-wheel drive platform that's always competent on any surface. Skoda's tagline is simply clever, and that translates to the design and packaging and the way it drives. While it's ultimately firmer than either the Kia or the Hyundai, the judges agreed that it was never too sporty on choppy surfaces. The Kodiaq has a feeling of surety behind the wheel, with responsive steering and all-round balance. Here it is, our pick for Drive Car of the Year 2021 in the best large SUV category. It is the Kia Sorento, and there are compelling reasons why this is the best all-rounder, not the least of which is the warranty and the value for money and the servicing costs and all of those things that family buyers take into account. But it's also about the way it drives, the way it feels behind the wheel, how clever the cabin is and how well laid out it is. There's some compelling competition in this segment, there's no doubt about that. We spoke about Skoda, we spoke about Hyundai, but overall the Kia Sorento is the best large SUV for Drive Car of the Year 2021. Despite the Sorento being the newest kid on the block, it wasn't a simple decision for the judges in this segment. While both Santa Fe and Kodiaq offer compelling buying propositions across their range, the Sorento just edges them out in an all-round sense. Fuel economy is good too. The top of the range GT line diesel used just 8.5 litres per 100 kilometres during our test cycle.
All of our judges unanimously agree that this new Kia Sorento is the best in its class. Sure enough, with this GT line model you get fancy leather seats and a Bose stereo, but it's more the intrinsics that this car offers, or space, that make it the perfect family hauler. In this first row, heaps of room. In the second row, equally so, you can have 3 adults there, no worries. Entry into the third row is awesome with the electronic latching system, and there's even ISOFIX back there too, so you can have 4 kids seats in this car. I keep coming back to that point about space. We have to bear in mind that this is a large family SUV. It is one of the most important things it needs to deliver on. If you're a large family of 4, 5 or 6 and you want to avoid a people mover, check out one of these Kia Sorentos, you can't go wrong.
The judges took into account warranty, servicing and daily usability in the course of their testing, and the Sorento came out as the most impressive all-rounder across those disciplines. Kia's excellent warranty and service packages, in addition to the way the Sorento is specified, make it hard to ignore. The judges also noted that the quality and insulation of the drive experience makes it the best choice for Australian buyers in the large SUV segment.